Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Brother Randy here, back on the homestead, getting it done this early Thursday morning, and was able to catch up on a lot of videos because I've been extremely busy. But it's interesting to watch what's going on in the world today, and really, have a good sense of discernment of where we're going. Amongst a lot of things, I was able to see was, some of the excerpts from the actual debate. And growing up in high school, I wasn't interested in pretty much sports. I was interested in things like chess, the debate team, things like that. So, uh, one of the things that I always learned in a debate is keep somebody on focus, keep somebody on point, and keep somebody on the message. Because people will veer off on a message if they have no case law, no actual information to support their actual position. And this is the debate when I'm talking about what Pastor Robertson passed out. The question kept on being asked. And it's important to, when somebody puts together their truth, or when somebody puts together their plan or their ideas on a particular subject, it's important for the people hearing it to try and find the precedent, to try and find the factual, actual case law, wherever it may be, that may support their position on a particular subject. And so that's why it's so important to ask somebody, if they take a particular position on a matter, show me the factual information. And in this case, he was asking Pastor Roberts to show him the law. Show him the law on whether or not biblical marriage, polygyny, even though it's given all throughout there, in the Old and the New, show me the law where polygyny is not a factual way of life, and the answer could not be given. And this is the same because a lot of if people ask, well, what's bigger than polygyny? It's being preached on right now, and it's slavery. It's Hebraic slavery, and just like polygyny, slavery cannot be dismissed because this is one of our Hebraic historical, factual customs in the nation of Israel, talking about the biblical nation of Israel, as well as society as a whole. They just practice it differently. And so, when somebody will come and say, well, it's not for this day or this, that, and the third. Yes, it is because, the truth is we are at a restoration of all things. And just like polygyny is lawful, so is slavery lawful. And he touched on that, and it was very powerful when it came to the notion of, if a man takes a wife and he can leave his children and stuff and so forth and so on. If one man gives another man his wife, and he's indentured to him and so forth and so on, all very factual statements and things that I have researched on and have been taking a keen interest in and quite some time right now, and it's a beautiful thing to have it preached on. So, there's a lot of things that's going to be coming up that men will attempt to challenge and diminish and put their doctrine of truth over what the book says, and it's just not going to fly. People that are informed, people that know how to do their own due diligence and independent research, knows how to go in and study and see whether it is for themselves, whether this is a factual, actual, truthful statement that somebody's putting forward. Can a man have multiple wives? Is it in the law for a man to have a wife? Is it lawful for a man to own slaves? Is it lawful for a man to own land? Is it lawful for a man to protect himself and have be able to protect his family? Is all of these is it a man lawful for a man to decide the inheritance of him and his family? Is all of these things lawful? Are all of these things written in Torah? Are all of these things practiced? And if somebody can't prove through the law that these things are not actual, factual, and true, then you know another agenda is being put forward. You know that somebody else is preaching something else other than what has been written in the book. And this is going to be very critical and very important going forward because this is just the beginning of this kind of stuff taking place. So, study, show yourself approved, know what the law says, and because, me personally, people will come to you and they will suggest things that are not in the law, that there's no case law, there's no precedent for within the law, but they will push it forward as truth. And you have to be vigilant and you have to know, how to do this research, and it's right there. If you can read and comprehend, there will clearly be a law that says that a man cannot do this or cannot do that, or there's provisions here, there's there. If someone cannot quote the law, if they can't say this is where the law says that this is what I'm doing, or this is what I want to do, or this is my philosophy, my perspective, my viewpoint, or this is against the Torah, then they should be able to quote the law. So when you ever hear anything, when you ever hear any kind of doctrine or any kind of philosophy, perspective, or viewpoint coming on, and somebody's telling you that that's what you should or should not do, always ask them, where is the law? Chapter and verse. Where is the precedent for these statements, for this action? And you will know who's holding the truth.